Hey, I'm back again, still protecting my garden from the summer heat. And actually, it is officially fall in the Houston area. And the last 2 weeks, we still been reaching 100 degrees, 90 degrees. Uh, this is incredible. I took the black cover off, the 40%. I took it down, and at the end of August, we got a nice cold front, and it started temperatures to drop. Then about the first, second week of September, we had a high pressure system come through, and everything got hot all over again. I mean, extremely hot. Um, Shoot, it's about to be October next week. So I mean, we still at today is going to get up to 95, I think it said, and then we're going to be in the 90s all next week and dropping down to the 80s or the 60s at night, and so I had to recover this stuff and replant some stuff. The cucumber plant is gone now, but it produced hundreds of cucumbers all summer, all the way up to the end. It got infiltrated with worms, so I just pulled it down just to get the worms out the gardens. I didn't want worms everywhere. And the watermelon, I had to pull that down because it started crawling all over the yard. I mean, it just got outrageous, and it only produced 3 watermelons all summer, 4 watermelons. And then I had purple hull peas back there in the back right there, and it didn't do nothing but just vine. It was supposed to be a bush type, but it just vined and vined and vined. And then these old horn-looking bugs, I still haven't found the name of them yet, but they came and they started populating the bush and mating. So I had to get rid of that one. So anyway, I decided to start my fall crop, and that's what's left over of one of my tomatoes, my cherry tomatoes. I'm trying to get to go back again. I moved my couple of my pepper plants back here so that they can be partially shaded. It got so sunny, they started growing, and then that sun came. That heat came right back. It tricked them. So as you can see, there's a couple of peppers getting going. And back in there now, I have purple hulls. They're starting to grow. Back there, you see my champion greens. Those they make some big old leaves, boy, and they're just getting going. Gotta be careful. But I'm walking through, and I wish I can unbush them, uncover them for you, but the daggone worms, I can't seem to keep them. They get in there too. So I've been hand picking the worms off, and there's some more. Got some in a single pot. They're doing really good. They look real good. All right, here's my potted tomato plant. This one here is starting to make a comeback. It survived all of the summer. They're called little Sicily tomatoes, and hopefully I'm keeping up hope that it's going to come back alive. Let's get that in there. All right. Then over here, this is full of purple hulls. I've been getting some nice purple hull peas out of this guy right here. It's a mixture of I think those cream type on this side, but this side here is the pink eyes. And as you can see they get really long, and I just went and cut a couple out of here already. As you can see all those stems standing up? Those have purple hulls on them, on the ends of them. So they actually come up out of the bush. Makes it easy for you to pick them. Actually, I think over here on the table, on the chair over here, I got some on the chair over here. Let me get one, show you what it looks like. I just picked them. Here we are. And actually, I like them to turn a little more purpler than that. Let's get in the sun. I like them to be a little more purpler than that, but sometimes I just go ahead and pick them. They get really dark purple. And they got some big old peas inside. Some nice big old peas. Here's one that I found it was hidden. It almost went to seed because you could shake it and hear the seeds inside. So this one here, I can open this one up and actually replant those seeds. They're ready to be planted. Anyway, back to the garden. Let's get on over here. That's my oregano. I pulled out the garden. It was over in that bin right there, along with the cucumber plant. I pulled it out and just put it in I think that's a 15-gallon bag. And Here's one of my hot pepper plants, my cayenne pepper rather. It got attacked by a worm when it was small, so it almost made it stop growing, you know, and it's just starting to produce now. This one here has been a big producer, cayenne peppers. I've been cutting them off. I'm about to make me some hot sauce today. As you can see, here's one, see, nice and red. There's another one that's nice and red. There's one hanging off the side of the bag. But this guy here has produced a lot of them. And this here, right here, is going to be a bean plant. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Blue Lake bush beans. They're going to be like those French beans, really thick French beans, basically. I guess they look the same. That's my oregano plant going crazy. I mean, not my oregano, sorry. That's my ginger plant. And I actually took a piece of ginger from when I brought from the store. You know, I make ginger tea, and I took a piece and I put it in a cloth, a wet cloth, and put it in a bowl for about a week or two, and then it started sprouting some points, and then I put them up under the dirt, and this is the response here. It's got a lot of shoots in there, and I know it's trying to spread. So I'm eventually, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to put it in a bigger container, a bigger bag or something so it can, you know, spread out some. Purple hull peas, again, they're just starting to grow. You got to constantly pull these daggone weeds out of there. But they're just starting to grow. They've been stunted all summer. So, I don't know. Purple hull peas I thought they grow in the summer, but they don't grow here in the daggone summer. They just wouldn't do nothing. I literally cut off a lot of peas. See the stalks? It produced. Yeah, I cut off a lot. And then right here, we got some greens started, some collards. I know some people might say they're too close together, but listen, I only got a little bit of space. And I'm going to let them do what they do, you know. So, whatever get big, whatever don't. We'll see. This is my first time doing them, so. Got pepper plants here. This one on the right produced small pepper. There's a pepper on the way right there. And this one here, I just harvested about 10 peppers. This one been producing all summer long. And you can see some funny looking ones because it's confused. It keep going, you know, we got cold and it started producing. And then all of a sudden it got super hot. So there was someone here yesterday that pretty much the sun cooked them. So I had to remove them. Oh, I almost skipped the cabbage. Got some beautiful cabbage going on right here. They're all in bags. See them? They look really nice. Look at that. Look at this one. There's 2 of them in the side. I didn't. They were already growing together, so I just left it alone. We're gonna see what it do. See if they can make room for each other. But that's what it looks like, and I had to keep the worms off of that. And you know, I got these covers on here, and somehow they got the stupid old moss or whatever keep getting in them, unless they was already on the leaves. But I go from leaf to leaf, and I'll just cut them off. I ain't got no problem with that. You know, I got some spray. They said that BT spray is good for killing all the different so-called cabbage worms. Those are the worms that be on all the brassica type plants. You know, your greens, your cauliflower, your cabbage, your broccoli, blah blah blah. So I got some of that. I ain't mixing nothing up yet. I don't think it's necessary yet. It's not a task for me to just go from plant to plant and take care of what I need to take care of. Okay, this is cabbage here on the way. Over there, I got broccoli. Yes, I planted them together side by side. I ain't worrying about it. The only bad thing they say is the worms. But I ain't worrying about the worms because I'm a worm killer. I get them daggone worms up out of my plants. Yeah, over here, purple hull peas again. And some that's starting to grow because, you know, they finally got some shade. And believe it or not, in here I got a lot of, I think these are champion greens also. I tried the southern, the Georgia Southerns, but they just wouldn't take off. They stayed little infants and just would not pick up growth. I don't know what the heck going on. So seemed like the champions, you know, here I put a whole bunch of seeds and it's a whole bunch of champions growing at one time. And I know that's too far close together for them to do anything, but that's my experiment. I want to see what's going to happen for my own self. You know, I know how far apart they need to be, they say, and so, you know, they're going to get real big, but I want to see whether they'll grow as a bush. And over here, This is all broccoli. All broccoli. Beautiful broccoli. Not sure how well the camera is getting this, but they're on their way. You know, I had to cover this stuff up. Over here, we got cabbage and greens. This is greens on this end, and actually, this is greens and a broccoli. Greens and broccoli. Greens and broccoli. There's broccoli getting going, and there's greens. By the way, there's so much hay down here, fields in the area I live in. They'll mow their little hay or whatever, and sometimes some get blowed on the sidewalk or whatever, and I just collect them. That's my sunflower plant. They started out really pretty, and the heads was real nice and big. You see the heads are so heavy, they're leaning over now. And the thing, I don't know if they're supposed to do that, but I know these mammoth sunflowers are supposed to get like 14 feet, 11 to 14 feet tall. I messed around and put them in that bag, and you know, they shoot down one main root. I forgot the name of the root that they call it, but that root obviously bust through the bag and is now in the ground. So one day I came out here and I moved the bag just a little bit, and it wouldn't come up. Like I was breaking it, popping the roots. So luckily I didn't pull it too far. So the one on the right that don't have the yellow leaves in the middle, that's the one where his root got pulled out of the ground. And eventually it died over, it lost a bunch of leaves, and then this one kept growing. And so that's why one is longer than the other, because somehow it reestablished its root and it started back growing. But it got taller before it actually produced the head. And so I don't know what it's doing now. They both hanging over. I mean, they probably like, what the heck is going on here with this 100-degree weather every daggone day? So I'm gonna leave them alone, let them do what they do. So anyway, I think I'm learning that if you want to have a garden down in the area I live in, I'm on the south side of Houston. Shoot, you got to put up a UV protection on top of them guys. Other than that, it's not going to grow right. So I know what to do when the springtime comes. When I start my spring crop, I'm going to put UV protection up. Actually, I'm just going to leave this cover up. Simple as that. You know, the wind come through, it doesn't affect it. The rain come through, it doesn't affect it. You know, so it's all good. All right, this was an update how my garden survived this summer. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.